I remember when we were strong. The Viridian Outriders, a bold fraternity dedicated to preserving the safety of the needful traveler. Within my lifetime, I have seen us fall so far, replaced by the steel and gold of a king I once called friend. New threats arise, though, and his cutlass and coin may not be enough to save our people. We're still here, though. Less than we were. But we're here, and we'll help where we can. That is my oath. Hello, and welcome back to Another Path. My name is Chase, and I remain your GM. Today, the Outriders return to Bering to rest up and get their lives back in focus. Thank you to our backers, Jeremy, Patrick, and Connor, for their support. If you like what you hear, consider donating to us at patreon.com/ghostlightmedia, and maybe try checking out some of the other shows on the network as well. But with that, sit back, relax, and enjoy your trip down Another Path.
Hi guys, I am so sorry. I'm scrambling so much. I still don't even have my dice out. Now I do.
Excellent.
Can we talk about Civ 7?
Oh my god! Hello, my name is Ryan Albrecht. I'm a Civ addict.
Hi, Ryan.
I have played every single Civilization game that has come out for too long.
Yeah.
And then Steam decided to start counting on 5.
Uh-huh.
I have 5,000 hours logged in Steam in Civ 5. That is 5,000, 4 digits.
Yep.
And then I have almost 2,000 in Civ 6.
Yep.
I am so excited for 7.
I played Civ 3 twice.
Yeah, you got the samurais, and you got a little fort, and then you just kicked ass.
I just played as Gandhi because I thought it was stupid that Gandhi was declaring war on
I have a
everybody.
meager 189 hours in Civ 6.
That is 189 hours more than a lot of folks.
Mm-hmm.
I have about an hour logged from today because everybody in the fucking Discord was talking about Civ 7. It's like, I really did love Civ. I forget if it was 4 or 5. It was whichever one had Baba Yetu as the main
4.
theme. 4, thank you. Because that song fucking slaps.
I hope that's public.
Award-winning.
Baba Yetu rules. Justin, do yourself a favor and look up Baba Yetu.
Look, whenever I play Civ, it just makes me wish that I was playing Red Alert 2.
That's a very different game.
You know what? I get it. Honestly, I get it.
This is the little bit I've learned about Civ 7 from reading a Game Rant article. So, take it with a grain of salt. Early reporters say that it's now down to 3 ages.
Yes, this is the biggest change.
Antiquity, exploration, and modern.
Yes.
Okay.
And that there is no more civs and leaders are no longer
It's so
intrinsically linked.
Oh.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Yes and no. I'm so excited for this. Basically, they said they took the thing of Civilization, which was, hey, play as this civilization. Yeah. We've given you 6 games. Go be Egypt for 300 plus turns. Yeah. Go be Egypt. And then they finally said, hey, that's not how history actually works. Yeah. So go play as, you pick your leader. Your leader gets whatever civilization you want to start with. So you can keep it historically accurate, and you can play as Gandhi from India, for example. Gandhi's the leader you pick. India's the civilization you pick. And that is your first age.
Yeah.
Based on what you do and don't do during that first age, you unlock different civilizations and leaders for the second age.
Yeah.
And your civilization jumps forward and changes and morphs into whatever you need it to be.
The example I saw was like, oh, you fielded a shit ton of cavalry this time? Mongolia's an option.
Huh.
Yeah, so it adapts to your playstyle as the game goes on, so then you could become Gandhi of Mongolia, or Gandhi of Rome, based on whatever playstyle you're doing in that game. So every game is different, and it's so good. I'm so excited.
I just want to say y'all are nerds.
Fair.
Arguably the most or least nerdy thing about this, the only thing I knew about it is that Gwendolyn Christie is the narrator, and I am very excited for that.
Another Game of Thrones star. We went from Sean Bean.
Sean Bean is the narrator of 6.
Okay.
And I did not know how they were going to top that. I don't know if you can top it, honestly, but she is at least she's on par.
I mean, wasn't Morgan Freeman the narrator in like 5?
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, it's so good. Gwendolyn Christie narrates basically the whole thing over gameplay.
Amazing.
And it's so good.
I don't know anything about any of this.
We found a game genre that Justin can't speak to.
Justin, are you familiar with Gwendolyn Christie?
No.
Okay.
No, I was too busy having friends.
What the fuck is this?
How many friends, Justin?
I probably like 3.
One of them was my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
She was Brienne of Tarth on Game of Thrones.
I had never watched Game of Thrones.
What do you mean?
I was going outside and touching grass.
Like, fuck you were.
You were playing Pokemon, and we all know it.
Okay, yeah, but I was touching the tall grass.
Good save.
She was also Captain Phasma in the new Star Wars, which is a whole can of worms that I'm not going to touch.
That's true.
Yeah, I'll leave that one alone.
My loving girlfriend, Ellie, her dad plays Civ like crazy.
I knew I liked him.
Like, has a work from home setup where he has his like big computer and then he has auxiliary laptop that has Civ running on it at all points in time.
You just described Ryan.
Yeah, I feel very seen right now.
I went over for dinner once, and there was he was finishing up his work day, and he had his work computer on one side, his Civ laptop on the other, and steaks in a sous vide on the other.
My guy, that is fantastic.
So, it's really nice to know that I know what I can get him for Christmas.
I can say, Chase, that I have never played Civ during a podcast recording. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
There is a whole, there's a couple different versions, but if you get a deluxe or the Founders version, the Founders version gets you the DLC. That's, the first DLC that'll come out, so that's nice, because it's always good DLC. But it also gets you early access. 5 days, I think? Yeah.
I'm going to get Civ 7 Taylor's version. I just think that's the best bargain.
All right, that's a really good joke. I'm really mad I didn't make that joke. Thank you very much, Justin. Do we want to talk about Dragon Age so Justin can also be mad about that?
You return from the Undercity to a mixed bag of news. Lenny was able to uncover an old recipe to make use of the Golden Inspiration in a medical book, of all things. The bad news is that while in its homeland, you could use it at any point, so far from home, it can only be utilized under the moonrise of a full moon. And the full moon has just passed. 1 month. You have 1 month to cool your jets, do with what you will, and spend a little time to rest and recuperate.
Hey, Chase, how far from home? How far from home are we, Chase? Chase?
I'm conspicuously going to sip my whiskey.
We are Spider-Man far from home.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it.
Wait, hold on, Chase. Does that mean that there's no way home?
There might be a homecoming in the future, but you have to keep playing to find out.
Okay. We would have to avenge that.
These bits are my Infinity War.
I'm an insomniac.
Got him.
Because the Insomniac Spider-Man.
I got it.
Okay.
I don't know. It sounds like Chase has his whole own secret war to keep under wraps. Could turn into a civil war.
How much of a stretch are we going to make these jokes? Would you say that it goes on for miles?
It certainly stretches across the Spider-Verse.
All right, let's keep going.
Harper.
Sometimes you just gotta let the kids tire themselves out, you know?
Man, ain't that the truth. Harper.
Yes, loving GM.
Upon arriving back to your workshop, you find 2 letters waiting for you.
Oh.
One of them is from the quartermaster, letting you know that your requisition has come through. I think you leave that second letter immediately and run down.
Yeah, Harper puts a Harper-shaped hole in the wall.
I want that art.
I am there in a flash.
You pass off your letter, and they hand to you, in a fine crafted box, the all-purpose tool.
Amazing.
Describe that, Griffin, please.
It's hilarious, because I think you open the box, and what you see is, a very mundane looking screwdriver with like a red plastic handle. Like, plastic's not a thing yet, but like a red plastic handle. And Harper just like very gingerly runs her fingers over it and just says, "It's beautiful." Takes it very gently up in her hand, holds it, feels the weight, it's good, and then she flips it in her hand, and as it spins in the air, it becomes a hammer. And then she flips it again, and it becomes a pick, and then she flips it again, and it's a saw, and then she flips it again, it's a pair of tongs. It can become anything, gang. It's an all-purpose tool. It's also a +1 focus for me.
Hell yeah. Can you drink the screwdriver?
Oh, good. Yeah, good. I can use it to make a screwdriver. I can turn it... I flip it and it turns into, like, shaking tins.
Not the intended use at all, but I love it.
After
Hell.
probably about an hour or so, you think, Harper, of just like flipping it into different tools?
100%.
What's the weirdest thing you can think of? Are there any limits on this thing?
Yeah, you can transform it into any type of artisan's tools of your choice. Now, there are some wild things in there. Like, at one point, it becomes like a paintbrush and a palette.
Sure.
And then at one point, it becomes like a still that you can like make alcohol in, because brewer's supplies are a thing.
Can it become an album by tool?
God damn it.
I would like my nickel back.
I have so many things I need to get done today, and you two fucking bunheads over here are getting in the way of progress.
You return to your workshop to find that second letter. I imagine Harper would probably feel a bit of a pang of guilt as they pick up a letter from their father.
Oops. Ah, shit. Sorry, Dad.
Uh-oh.
You crack it open, and you see news that you've been expecting to see for a while. Your mom's stout lung has not improved. Per your father's visit late last fall and into winter, it seems like the move south is imminent for them. They're probably going to be down at some point in the next couple of months. And they'd like to stay in town for a little while to see you and actually like have a good long visit.
Yeah.
Like,
does the letter mention anything of my sister? Is she gonna... is she staying back in home? Is she gonna move with
Sounds
them?
like at the least for the time being, she's going to keep the shop going.
Okay, hell yeah, Piper.
You hear your father's voice in this as, she's just... she's got that spirit about her, and she definitely feels like a homebody, but she's still young. So, who knows?
Who knows? Good on you, sis. All right. I'll probably at some point look into like going to the Knotted Net and seeing if there's like a long-term room I can like book in their name or something like that, or if like there's an apartment I can do like a 3-month lease on or something.
Knotted Net's gonna be your best option there.
Yeah,
just for something like that. You don't really know anybody that does like a short-term lease like that.
For sure.
With that in mind, I know you have a checklist about you. So what would be your top priority in this moment?
I want to build a small shrine to watch.
Sure.
Because we told him we'd do that.
Sure.
I probably put it like in the cemetery somewhere.
Okay.
So it's a little descript and out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, and I would ask the fellows for help, and like, I've never built a shrine before. Like, what do we, and just see if we can't get something together and
okay,
build a tiny little thing to watch, and then I need to power wash the portable hole.
Oh, that's right.
And I figured we're out of toast mortem, and there's a lot of bodies in that hole. Hey, Cecil.
Yes, Harper.
Can we use your basement?
For what?
I unravel the portable hole and just sort of gesture inside the portable basement. If we're gonna make use of it, I gotta get the stink out of there, and that's gonna take probably about 3 weeks. And I gotta start somewhere, and I figure maybe you could make use of it. I wasn't around for the first basement taking, so if
So,
like an honorary second basement taking.
So, Any idea how old any of these bodies are? Corpses?
Haven't a clue.
Cool. All right. I'm gonna
Untrained medicine check at a -1. That's a 7.
Oh, well, ones on top are probably fresher.
That's how math works.
Voice in the sky's got a great point.
So we're gonna make some. We're gonna make what I'm gonna lovingly call electric toast,
Okay.
because it's toast mortem 2, electric boogaloo, but we're just calling it the electric toast. Now we will pull all of the corpses out, and to assist in that, I get to do the thing that I haven't done yet, which is when Harper pulls out the hole to clean it out, we put it in the basement, take it to an empty corner, and I said, okay, that's so over here is I don't know, the feeding grounds where we'll grow the tea over in that corner. So let's, I guess, can we turn the hole upside down? No, we have to pull everything out of the hole. Okay. And Harper, you see Cecil they pull a, for lack of a better word, a Flavor Flav clock off of their neck. Like, it's a small one, but like, yeah, there's a new clock pendant, so to speak, off of their neck. And they take it and they spin it on their finger like a basketball and then flick it into the air, and it grows and expands and very, very, very quickly and turns into an 8-foot tall metal creature. And I cast Summon Construct.
Yeah. Basement attendant.
And now we have the basement attendant. His name...
the basement butler.
His name is Archie.
Yes!
Archie the metal golem.
Archie and Ignis do the thing where they are checking each other out like two dogs. They're trying to size each other up.
So the metal ones have heated body, which is kind of nice, so they can warm things up and set things on fire, so they can keep the basement nice and heated to the right temperature, which is cool. So Archie is just gonna help start pulling bodies, and we're gonna set up Toastmortem 2.
Okay, so there are approximately 15 bodies in there.
Summon Construct lasts for an hour, my guy.
Yeah, but I'm not...
Where are we going to put them all, I think is the question.
That's the question.
Why don't we take the usable ones, and you can use them for your grim tea needs.
We're gonna line it all up nice and make it nice for the baby.
And then make it all nice for the baby. And then you snort it. It's a John Mulaney bit.
Okay, okay.
And how about we just take the rest to the cemetery, and we just we can just dig out a little, unmarked grave kind of thing, and just dump the remains. Hell, I can burn them. Like, I could just burn them in Ignis.
Oh, do we want to burn them?
I said it, and I immediately hated it. That I'm going to turn my sweet child, my darling boy, into a cremation center.
Cremation station.
It's either that or drag a cart of bodies through town.
No, I had that could go back in the hole. You're not here.
That wasn't Aroben. That was me being disgusted.
Oh, boy.
We'll take, let's say, 3, 4 good corpses?
I'm going to say, half. We take half of whatever's in there. It's all the good bits. Anything that looks like it would be good for Earth. I'm just going to, decompose and regrow it very quickly and magically enhance it to make this all happen.
All right.
And Cecil is just going to, having learned from last time and having gotten so much deeper and farther into their magics and remembering what they can do, they are able to recreate the conditions of the original tea experiment, is the best word I have for it.
Hey, Justin. Can you roll me a d20?
This is a
tea roll.
Nuts to butts. This is a Katie check.
It's a 6.
Man, you wish this was a Katie check.
Damn.
As Rose White starts coming down the stairs.
No, not Rose White.
I send Archie to intercept.
Oh. Whoa.
Harper has a comically large clothespin on her nose because of the smell.
Rose White looks up at Archie and it's like, whoa, what is that? Ow! Oh!
Yeah, it's real bad.
Boss, what is going on down here?
What do you think's going on down here, Rose White? You're a smart little chap there. What do you think's happening?
tea.
Smells like a bunch of bodies.
Now that would be weird, wouldn't it?
It would? It would. It would be weird, which is why I'm a little off-put right now.
It would be very weird. It would be incredibly weird. Yes, you're right. Good instincts there, Rose White. I knew I liked you.
I need you to make an intimidation check.
We love mob boss Cecil.
Now you're gonna make the right choices. See, I know you will.
Could this be deception?
Yes.
Because I don't necessarily want to intimidate the children.
Fair,
I will lie
fair.
to the children for their betterment, but I don't want to make them scared of me.
The check is higher, but yes.
That's a 26.
Cecil's whole build is involved around lying to kids.
Cecil could convince a brick wall it's drywall.
Anyways, we got a rush going on upstairs, but if this gets up there, oh man.
Oh, don't worry.
All
We'll
right,
keep the
I'll
smell
see you in
down.
a bit.
Yeah, yes. Just shut the door behind you. Thank you, Rose White. We're just, and clear out the board. We're going to have more toast mortem soon.
Harper will set up 4 magical tinkering odor emitters to neutralize the scent.
Fair.
Those little Glade plugins
Yeah.
sponsored by Glade.
Hey, Glade, we can be bought.
You have no reason to.
It would be so little.
Hey,
Weirder sponsorships have taken place, and I'm okay with that.
I take the portable hole, fold it back up with the bodies we're not TFIing.
mhm.
I'll take him to the crypt and dig a unmarked grave and dump the remains in there.
Good.
And then I go to Bailey to just create water 10 times over in the portable hole to wash it all out.
Can I make some sort of check on all these bodies? Is there anything identifying? Is there anything on them that we should care about or worry about, or just to know where they came from or how old they've been there?
I'm going to do a luck check.
Cool.
It's a C. All right, give me investigation.
Alrighty. That is a mighty 16.
You find a few more of those prisoners' tags.
Interesting.
Ooh.
And that tracks.
I was like, are these normal bodies or are they partly undersigned?
They are partly undersigned. That is evident. No check required for that. Is that, especially as you are casting Wither and Bloom, as I assumed is the pattern at this point.
Yes, it is.
You notice that there are parts of them that do not decompose the right way. It has that fiendish flair to it.
Yeah, and parts I wither and bloom it, and it withers, and part of it blooms back, and then part of it disappears into that black smoke.
Mm-hmm. It is purifying by getting rid of it entirely.
I feel like it's going to taste different. It's going to be like a new Coke situation.
It's either that or it's crystal toast.
Toast is Toast Zero anything?
Okay. Aroben, it's been a couple of days since you've been back. How do you spend an average day? What are you typically getting up to?
He's typically patrolling the town. He likes to think of himself as an unofficial town guard. Sure. So he likes to check in different places, check in with Luca, and he just wants to feel important.
Sure. Probably. It's probably been about 3 or 4 days since you've been back, and you're getting your feet back under you, and you're falling back into kind of a nice mundanity that you haven't had since the Ballo incident last year. One morning you're getting ready in your quarters, and we haven't really spent much time in your room at the crypt, but it's a pretty simple affair. There is a bed, there is a table and a chair, a lamp, and a shelf, and that's it.
Yeah, he does not have a lot.
But you're getting dressed one morning, and there is a knock at the door, and not even much of a door there. There's just like a curtain kind of hung through an archway that separates it from the rest of the crypt. But Luca kind of pokes his head in. Hey, Aroben, you got a sec?
Yeah, sure. What's up?
So, you've been here for, I think, about 2 years now. Is that right?
Yeah, give or take.
So, I mean, and I don't want this to sound pointed, but, you know, I've gotten the vibe that you're sticking around for a while. Like, that's the plan. Like, you're not planning on, like, heading out to the seed or moving somewhere, are you?
I have no plans at this point.
Okay. So, I mean, the reason I ask is, you know, and he's looking around the room. I mean, if you're going to stay here, like, and I'm not kicking you out or anything, you're welcome, you know, as an outrider, you are welcome to stay here in the crypt, but do you want to keep living here, or do you want to try and find a place here in town?
Well,
Just probably getting a little cramped here, and...
I don't know. I mean, I haven't really thought about it. I don't need much, and I don't spend a lot of time in here anyway.
And that's fair, you know, like, and especially with things as of late, like, I mean, this is how a lot of Outriders used to live, especially with as much work as you're doing. That makes sense. But, I mean, I'll be honest, the fact that you stuck around is a really pleasant surprise. You know, especially around the time you joined, we had a lot of people would come in, join up, basically just for the free bed, and then they would take off for the seat, and we'd never see or hear from them again.
Well,
so like I said, I'm pleasantly surprised that you're sticking around, but you know, I just want to make sure that you're comfortable and, you know, you're getting what you need out of this place. I also feel like, you know, you might kind of integrate with the town a little better if you were living out there too. Again, not kicking you out or nothing, but...
Well, I've never really felt like I fit anywhere. But being in the crypt and the Outriders, it feels close to maybe fitting.
I think you fit perfectly. You know, we're all... I know you don't have the context for it, and you shouldn't. Like, you're fairly young, and he gives you that look where it's like, I don't actually know how old you are, but we're going to keep moving on. But, I mean, not a lot of people came to the Outriders really quite fitting in. I'm glad you feel that you fit in here, or at least as close as you ever did. But, yeah, I just, you know, want to make sure that we're doing right by you.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of why I like it. It feels like we're all a bunch of mix and match puzzle pieces, just trying to find our place on the table.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll look into maybe getting a place, but...
Sure. Mull it over. There's, like I said, no rush. Not getting a whole, you know, rush of folks coming in here. Just want to, you know, pitch the idea to you. You know, don't want you to feel stuck or nothing.
No, it could be nice to have a place to call my own.
Yeah. Put down some roots.
Yeah, never done that before.
You take it easy, okay?
Yeah, you too.
And Luca walks off.
And that sends Aroben into deeper reflection than he was already forced to be in from not having anything to do. He sits and he thinks about his past and all the traveling, and he pulls out the letter that he has with him still.
Mm-hmm.
Looks at it. Puts it back in his rucksack and looks around at the room and then walks off.
Cecil, it's been about a week now, and you spent a really good bit of time at the store, which you haven't been able to do in a while. Things have been humming along pretty well, and it's been a pretty busy day. You know, not good steady one, not busy, steady. There hasn't really been a moment, but no check required. Notice that there were a lot of meaningful looks between Ava, Rosewhite, and Katie all day. And Katie has been weirdly quiet.
whenever the afternoon, lull eventually comes, just kind of find her, back in a corner. Say, all right, out with it. What do you need to say?
What?
Katie.
I need to take some time off, and I need Ava and Rosewhite to take the time off with me.
Cecil's going to play this up. Cecil's going to say yes and is happy about this, but Cecil's going to play this up. Cecil crosses their arms and taps their foot once, twice. For what?
I was telling them about the seat. They want to see it. We've got some money saved up. I was talking to the Grand Commander, when we were up there a couple of months ago, and she offered that we could, I could stay there again if I wanted or needed to, because I'm a friend of the Outriders, and I figure, what's two more people, crashing on the couch or a bed or something like that, it's fine. And they want to go up and they want to see the seat. And I think they should. And like Ava's great with a bow, and Rosewhite can finally do a firebolt without catching themselves on fire. So we want to go.
It's about time.
So we're good.
Of course you're good, Katie. Of course you are.
Cool. Big sigh of relief.
And Cecil just lets that smile goes over their face and just goes, I can't tell you how important it is to have a few people you like and trust by your side to go out on an adventure with. Whether it's the first time or whether it's 30 years later. And I'm glad that you found your people and you get to do this.
You're getting weird and sentimental, and that's cool, and I appreciate that. And I get that you're operating from a point of view that I just do not have, but I am just kind of reeling right now because I kind of figured there'd be a caveat there.
But
there it is.
My caveat is you may not work here for 3 months.
3 months?
3 months. Go. Figure out what the seat is. Do a job or two. See if that life works for you and your group, and make the most of it. The scroll will always be here. It's not going anywhere. Trust me, it's not going anywhere. I've got Archie now, and he's doing great. I mean, he doesn't, quite mix the dough quite right. We're working on it, but it's okay.
Camera cuts over to Archie and Master Chef Junior Preston working on some dipping sticks, and it is...
I want Archie to have a chef's hat.
100%.
Absolutely.
An apron that is way too small.
And very pink.
Preston has one on that is way too big.
Aww.
What does Archie look like? Because I'm just imagining Garganackle.
I'm picturing one of the giant Dwemer soldiers.
Oh, yes.
Yes, Dwemer full
from Skyrim.
Full told, yes. Leaves little springs in its wake.
Doesn't have the big rolly ball instead of legs.
No, it does have legs. Okay. It does have legs, so it does have to stomp around the kitchen. But I do think that its top is separate from its bottom. It can turn 360 degrees.
Love that.
Yeah.
Bet.
Yeah. So it's really great in like one of those narrow galley kitchens. Yeah, super helpful. Yes, go and do this thing.
Okay. We'll finish out the week. We'll leave first thing at the start of the week.
Good.
Thanks, Cecil. Thank you.
Sure thing, Katie. Hey, Katie.
Yeah?
Don't fuck it up.
Not planning on it.
I know.
And don't take any work at Callaghan Cat's Corral.
Yes. Also, there's a haunted. Don't go back there. Do not go find.
But what if the park is open? Because I'll be honest, there's a curiosity there.
You can go ride a booter scooter.
Like a lot of fun. I didn't get to ride the booter scooter
during the daytime. As soon as you see that sun start to go down, you get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, okay.
And if they've got a new artificer there and it's been refurbished, 2 booter, 2 scooter.
The Buddhist scootist. Question. Ryan.
Yes,
Was that an intentional drop of the accent?
absolutely.
Katie looks at you,
Sure.
cocks her head. You feeling all right, Cecil?
Yes, what's the problem?
Because your accent just completely changed. Normally you have like the high seat accent, and now you don't. It's closer to like almost St. Yogan.
I've been everywhere, Katie. I've been everywhere.
What, Cecil, what does that mean?
It means, Katie, that sometimes people aren't always what they appear.
All right, you're being...
And it means that sometimes the folks that are around you have a deeper, longer, and darker history than they ever want to speak of. But you can still find good in any of them that want to try.
Okay. Am I going to get any context for this, or am I supposed to just kind of like brew, like sit like a tea and like just kind of steep in this for like 3 months, and then you're going to tell me?
It is the steeping scrolls, Katie.
Yeah, I'll steep your scrolls.
Katie, Cecil just kind of feels the weight of the moment. Katie, sometimes you have to do things that you're not proud of. Especially in this line of work. We've talked about things. We've seen things. You've been along for the ride.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes you block out some memories because you have to do a bad thing so that a worse thing doesn't happen. And sometimes some folks have such a long history that they can't remember all of the things that they've had to block out. Cecil's eyes flash and go milky white for a second, and the skin just kind of goes a little grayer through disguise self. It's a weird world, Katie.
Huh. I have just rolled a dirty 20 for Katie on a history check. Cecil, are you a fucking changeling? That can't be... You don't
No, that would be at best frowned upon, at worst worthy of persecution, and definitely borderline illegal, depending on which king you're asking.
But no one has even seen one in, like, almost as long as you've been alive.
Funny that.
Alright.
Sometimes you have to give up aspects of yourself in order to become the person or the thing that the world wants you to be. And sometimes it's just out of your control. And there's nothing you can do about it. Katie, I want you to be in control of your world.
Okay. I'm gonna mull on this.
As long as you mull alone, that's all I'm concerned about.
Who the fuck would believe me?
Honestly, you might be surprised.
Hey, Katie, what did you say?
Go on.
Katie walks off, just kind of shaking her head.
Cecil scoots themselves back into a corner, one of the darker corners where nobody is, and lets the disguise self spell complete and fully revert them for the briefest of seconds, and then through the use of the spell feels what they were and ends the spell. Then Cecil Styles, as we know them, walks back out to face the dinner rush.
All right.
How dare you make the downtime episode required listening?
This is like if the Goku and Piccolo learning to drive episode had serious deep plot. Thank you for joining us here on Another Path. You can find our website and merch store at anotherpathpodcast.com, on Twitter at anotherpathpod, and our network at ghostlightmedia.net. You can support our efforts by donating at patreon.com/ghostlightmedia, or by giving us a rating and review over on Apple Podcasts or whatever podcatcher will let you. You can find me on Twitter at TQLoudly, Griffin at GriffCold, and Ryan at RyanRoll20. You can find Justin on TikTok at JustJustinMichael, and myself at TQLoudly. We'll be back in 2 weeks with a new episode, and until then, remember that once the question isn't what or why, it's how. This has been a Ghostlight Media production.